We been hot, my boy.
Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Hey, yo. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode. Stuck in the Middle podcast where it's up and it's stuck. Hey, we. You know the vibes.
You know it.
Before we do anything, we got to double punch because we need that subscribe.
Clickling.
Appreciate you guys for doing that.
We almost locked in on that one, bro.
Right now, hey, I promise you at some point it's going to be like autopilot. Like you don't even think. It's going to be something you do without even thinking. So I appreciate y'all for doing that already. Thank you for the Sims that joined. But you already know.
What episode is this?
10, bro. 10.
Oh my God! We're on episode 10. Stucky!
1-0!
Ole, dude.
Hey, we're halfway to our tenure, right, Corey? You said episode
20.
Yeah, 20
episode 20. We're in the top % of everything. Pretty much top 90. You know what I'm saying? There's only 98% of people don't make it to episode 20.
Hey, we're going to make it. I
Make it
appreciate y'all
episode
for
20, we
joining.
in there. You know what I'm saying? It's like getting a degree. When you get a degree, you're in the top 5% of people in the United States.
Hey, I wish we was in the top 5% of people making that money in the United States.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
But that was last week.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick tie-in real quick to social media. I love certain viral videos. One of my favorite ones is the guy that says, Jesus Christ. So I'm gonna do one myself. Please subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Please subscribe. We need you. +1 every single week. Thank you, Sims, for continuing to show love. Again, we've gone up every single week in terms of our engagement and every single platform. This week, we want to show a lot more love to YouTube than normal because we're on our road to 1,000. We'll introduce something next week to make sure we hit that in here by the end of the year. But in the meantime, you're joining every single week because we are a pop culture pod. We talk about a lot of cool things. We give our hilarious takes to them. And then if you give us situations where you're stuck, we try to get you unstuck and then put a bow on it, send you on your week. That's really what it is. But you know, I keep the fan with me.
Yes, sir.
Higher Ed Fred.
Yes, sir. Higher Ed Fred in the building, J Mid 12.
Why he say that like, can I get my dad?
Hold on, is it not stuck with Germ or stuck with J Mid or stuck with Fred? What we doing?
Higher Ed
That boy
Fred.
said higher ed.
Okay, we're gonna get there. We still
doing it so
I can't
long,
be
that's all
stuck
you do.
with because I'm gonna be my whole segment is about getting them unstuck. So you're
right.
just gonna be with Higher Ed
talk.
Fred.
Real talk.
Ooh, that was a bar.
It was
but,
really-
it's your boy.
But I'm not a rapper.
B Wood Cooks.
Oh my
Came through with the midnight voice.
Oh, that was good, right?
Yeah,
That was
pretty
good.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
just
solid. Keep sleeping.
Pat on my back. Boop.
Shout out.
Yeah,
He said,
Hey, no lie. Did you put the ornament on the tree? The TikTok ornament?
the truth.
True.
Nothing but the truth.
Always.
The whole truth.
Hey, that whole heavy.
Now you got to turn the little leaf thing up and put it on the back.
I might have to cut half the ornament. That's how
That might be a technical.
put it at the top. Just let it sit at the top.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got to put
you
it
don't
in
have
the
a
tree.
TikTok ornament.
How
You
much
get
was the
tick
shipping on that
You
one?
gotta.
This
Box
shit
of
is
them
crazy.
$1 million.
Oh my God.
Border, go get them. Drugs are there.
Speaking of $1 million, we got the resident unicorn.
The resident unicorn.
Yeah.
That was a goofy version because I am goofy and I'm Corey from Corey's Corner. Scratching his face, that's my pup Perry. I don't know what he's doing right now, but
Stuck with Perry.
you know what it is, bro.
Perry
Stuck with P. You know what I'm saying? He pushing Perry, pushing P, pushing Perry. That's tough. I ain't gonna lie.
That's positivity, guys.
Yeah, pushing
Yeah, positivity
positivity
for those who watch it.
You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Speaking of positivity, of course, we like to do some vibes in here.
Set the tone, man.
So this, of course, is white people's favorite scent. Sweater weather. I ain't gonna lie, I love this. Y'all want to smell it?
Does it smell like sweater weather?
It smells like sweater weather.
I thought you were
Sweater
going to say
weather.
milk.
Oh, I love sweater.
He said milk.
Thought you
No,
were
it's
going
funny.
to say
No, the reason why I say that is because black people's favorite scent from Bath and Body Works,
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Bed Bath and Body Works. Black people's favorite scent is what?
Coconut butter.
Mahogany teak wood.
I was gonna say noir.
say
So
No.
that's something we got to put out
Mahogany.
there.
Yeah.
Black people. Mahogany teak wood.
It's the greatest thing of all
Right?
time. Yeah.
Back in the day, it used to be a cucumber melon. Y'all remember?
Boy, everybody
Daisy-
and their
Daisy-
mom had that, bro.
Daisy's another one.
Bro, that's a Marc Jacobs.
But we can go crazy.
That's universal. But this right here,
I don't know.
nah, bro. I seen a lot of black, white, Hispanic. Everybody love Daisy and Dot. Marc Jacob go crazy with the scents. Anyway, this is we love this. As y'all know, my wife is white, so this is her favorite
What?
scent.
What
This
that?
is her favorite scent. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't have no mahogany teak wood.
Which is funny. I got nothing but mahogany tea wood at the house. And now
Like I
feel
said,
crazy.
Now you feel 30.
my theory is, I say all this to say, everybody loves every scent. So
That's right.
this is just a joke.
Yeah, that's right.
Come on, guys. We're pushing P. Positivity.
Positivity. Nothing but positivity.
Stop.
But sweater weather, I actually love it too. So
It's sweater weather.
good.
I'm so ready for sweater. Okay, speaking of, we got to get through the week cap, guys. We got to get through the week cap. What we stuck on? I mean, I know we started on me last week. I don't want to do that this week. I'm starting B-Wood. B-Wood, what you stuck on this week?
Man, I'm on the road to get money.
Yes, indeed.
I got to get money to come out with product. And, there's multiple ways to do that. And I just took the route of getting my job back.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And I was door dashing on the side, but I'm like, the DoorDash money kind of small, as we were talking about before. And I got my job back, making a little bit more money. I'm going to do it probably until February, March. Hopefully I can have that budget that I want, come out that product and take your money.
There you go.
Hey, that's why I'm stuck on taking your money in a good way. Come on, guys, support. I'm not like that. It sounds bad, but everybody's like that. They just don't say it.
Support.
yeah,
So support.
yeah.
Please
We should
subscribe.
be honest.
We love you.
Please
I
subscribe.
love you. Be real cook for the win. Love for the win.
Please subscribe.
Who days?
Dude,
Who's
what's
next?
up?
I'm stuck on two things. Number one, we talked about it last time. Just that countdown.
Yeah,
That countdown
we
for
almost there, bro.
Yeah, it's almost over.
time off, bro. I need vacation. I need that sleep. I need everything. And then the second thing I'm stuck on is working so much. Second job, for anybody who don't know, I coach volleyball on the side.
All right, Fred.
And I'm coaching 2 teams, and so my season is now officially started. I'm literally doing something almost almost every weekend until April. So I'm stuck on not having weekends off, being tired, whatever. Positive note, because this is important. Shout out to WT Volleyball because we made it to the Elite 8 and we just won first round. So,
Okay.
which I'm not there anymore, but obviously I helped and coach some of those girls, and I love them. They're just great. Head coach, assistant coach, associate head coach, all of them just
Don't
great.
like flex.
So-
Yeah, and some of them follow the pod, so
Yeah.
we gotta rock with it.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, Stucky fam.
Oh, yeah, Sam's out there. The Sam's out there. Shout out to West Texas.
Thank you, sir. So,
Okay.
so we stuck on
Subscribe.
a lot. What about you, Unicorn?
Me?
Yeah, what you stuck on?
Man, what I'm stuck on, boy. This is just sounds so wild for me. You know what I'm saying? Modern Warfare 3 and the new season 1 just dropped,
Let's go.
and they dropped a new Warzone map, and I just had a phenomenal year last year on Warzone. Maybe it was an anomaly, but I was that guy last year. I mean, I had a whole segment clutching with Corey. So, but they changed up a lot of stuff, boy. The movement, the damage, the guns, how you shoot. They changed up so much that I'm really trying to put in the reps to learn the new game so I can still be him. I'm trying to be Himothy. So I've been stuck on that, using all of my little off hours when I'm not creating everything else. Typically I used to go to bed around 10. I've been making it to about midnight, 12:30, maybe 1 o'clock every once in a while.
Me and B-Wood said we're just waking up.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my hours in, and I will have you all know, before this podcast recording, I clutched and we got our first dub today. So I'm on a dub reign. I got 2 of them actually. So maybe I got my stuff. It's legendary. We good. That's what I've been stuck on, and the fact that by the time y'all hear this, man, I'm gonna be in Fort Worth, man. Be at TCU.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? Go Frogs. Go Frogs.
congratulations! It is now fully official.
The funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
Tomorrow will be Friday. I'm posting on IG a transfer portal post.
Hey, bro, that's gonna be fire.
That's gonna
right?
be crazy good. Yeah.
Please let me know so I can
Bro,
immediately share that bad boy.
We should shoot a transfer portal shot.
And then I already got the post. And then on Sunday,
Here to go.
I got the TCU one. It said taking over Funky Town.
Let's
It's
go,
hilarious,
bro.
bro, to put me
Bro,
in the
I'm too
stadium,
loud
bro.
because I'm about to share that, bro.
Yeah,
That's
hilarious.
gonna be
Yeah,
fire.
your friend lit right
I can't
now, boy.
decide
Hey.
if, some people will probably take it as like very distasteful, but I don't care.
I'm about to say,
So,
they'll get over it.
Yeah. I think it's just funny. I'm doing it in jest, and yeah, I think it'll be cool. Anyway,
You deserve
I
it,
was
baby.
gonna say also StuckyPod and Corey's Corner content going through the roof. We about to have the Horn Frogs. Oh my goodness.
oh yeah,
Through the
100%,
Through the roof.
100%. They know that. So people
Yeah.
would just be walking up to me sometime and be like, "Hey, wait, are you Corey's Corner?" I'm like, "Yeah, from the school." They're like, "No, I see you on TikTok." Yeah, that's me, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's about to level
lit.
all the way up.
That's
all
lit.
the
That's
way
a whole
up.
new audience right there.
No, it is. Remember that one time we was at Texas Stadium and we was like, "You got to follow him," and he was like, "No, I already do."
Exactly.
Crazy.
It's gonna be a lot of
Anyway.
that, but times 50,000. What am I stuck on? again, growth. Every week I'm gonna say that until I feel like I'm hitting the targets I want to hit. But God continues to be good and keeps showing me favor in areas I don't deserve it. So I'm stuck on His grace right now. I'm also stuck on 1,000 followers and subscribers. Please subscribe.
We need you, baby. Without you, we're nothing.
Yeah, I literally am not moving off that soapbox till we get it. Guys, it's important that you guys share your content with us, share your ideas with us. We understand that this is why we made this pod, but more importantly, we believe in this thing we're doing every single week. We come out here because we actually believe in this. So to see it come to fruition for us is much bigger than just an episode of a podcast. So like that's what I'm stuck on this week. I'm gonna continue to stay stuck on that. But yeah, I mean, not too crazy of a week, not yet. At least we got a long way to go. Oh, we should all be stuck on this. Listen, Mike's fraud. Mike is fraud. I don't know how he got that off that first G on Wheel of Fortune. Marina should have won that whole thing.
Yeah.
But we appreciate you for joining the live. If y'all didn't watch it, it was pretty legit. We had contestant on there that went on Wheel of Fortune.
Bro, stop. Our family was on Wheel of Fortune.
Thank you, bro.
Stop with the trying to be politically correct. Our family was on Wheel of Fortune. I loved it, and they frauded her.
They frauded her 100%. Mike should definitely.
I got your back.
Mike, if you won, great job, whatever. Marina should have got that
whatever.
thing. Yeah, Marina should have got that thing. That's what I'm stuck on, bro. But
I cheated.
What else? What's the Sim stuck on this week, bro?
Bro, they stuck in some
situation.
No.
Hey, that was a good one. Now we gotta make it the official one, but that was fire though.
That was good.
That was fire though. So in harmony.
Stucky situation.
Okay, well, hey, he was giving me Family Matters right there, bro. Like,
It was the pralines. I got pecans in my throat, and it's just whoa.
hey,
Goodness.
Not pecans in throats like that, guys.
anyway, so Stucky situation for the week. Here we go. We have our submission. Hey, Stucky fam.
Stucky!
I need some help. So I just graduated, and the whole job search thing is seriously stressing me out. I didn't think it would be this overwhelming, but here I am. I'm feeling a bit lost in the post-graduation chaos. I'm hitting you up because, let's be real, talking about this stuff can be awkward. Rejections are hitting hard, and the uncertainty about what's happening next is getting to me. If anyone's been through this and has some tips on dealing with job search blues, I'm all ears. Seriously, any advice or stories about how you handled it would really help right now.
Man,
Thanks a bunch.
You know who would be great to talk about this?
Us.
You?
Katie.
Oh.
This is what she do. And never mind. I can't go too far into something else, but she would be great. I don't know if I call out her right now, she gonna say she don't want to come out here. She probably in her shorts watching something on TV or reading a book. She probably reading the book, so she don't want to come out here and answer this. But
Well, have Katie shoot like a separate video and put it in the comments.
right, that's what I'm saying. We might have to insert it or whatever. But
whatever.
basically, you talking about a job search fresh out of college, right? This is tough, man. All of us here, well, I say all of us, who I think we all went to college, right?
Mm-hmm.
Be
I
with.
did for about a day.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
You went in there.
So we all went to
I
college.
did everything.
We all got out in whatever ways we got out, either that being graduating or leaving after a day. And we all had to do the same thing, which is job search. I think the toughest thing when it comes to job searching when you graduate is that you feel pigeonholed in trying to find a job in what your degree served, right?
Yes,
That's
bro.
right.
So if you got a public administration degree, you're trying to find only public administration jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're doing that, here's my advice to you. Don't do that. And here's why.
Mm-hmm.
30, 40 years ago, maybe even 20 years ago, it was fine. You had a matriculation from your graduation, your degree into the field that is there. That is no longer the case. The job market is get a bag. Unless you are a
Yes.
very specific job, like an accountant, right? A lawyer. Even lawyers, there's different factions within them, right? So like maybe you wanted to do civil stuff, but then you end up doing something else.
Marriage lawyer.
Exactly.
Being a civil lawyer.
Because the point is, the life we live right now is about get a bag. So here's what I would say. Look at jobs outside of your degree, but the jobs that still let you use the skills and develop the skills that you will need for your degree.
That's it.
Right? That's it. So you don't have to have, let's say, again, public administration. Maybe you're not working for the government yet. you can go work for something that is government adjacent. Like even let's say you're going to higher ed. Higher ed, if we're being honest, ain't nothing but like a small government.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can work and hone those skills, take those skills and transfer them to the job that you want later.
Yep.
But the most important thing now is trick AI with them keywords on your resume.
Be real, baby.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Talk that talk.
Yeah.
Trick them systems, get in that interview,
Talk.
shine in that interview,
Share yourself.
share yourself.
Get a haircut, get your hair done.
Right. Get the job. I tell people this all the time. Get the job. They're going to train you. So even if you don't even 100% know, that you're going to get trained. You can do the work, get the job. Once you bag the job, do the best you can there, and then use that to parlay to where you're going next.
Yeah. I think I'll speak to two factors because you kind of nailed how to be. He spoke specifically to the question. I'm going to speak to some precursors
Go ahead.
and then I'll speak to the future, right? So precursor is one of the things I see with this question is we're waiting for graduation to start the process of job search.
Yeah, it should be way before.
Intern.
Yeah.
Listen, let's just fix this right now. If you're in college and you're not interning, you're doing a disservice to yourself.
And we're talking almost. Well, no. I think on a lot of degrees, you're correct.
Yes.
And I think now, you used to think like you want to intern like maybe the semester before.
That's right.
You should probably be starting to intern your junior year.
Before. No, so let me finish my statement.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because I know it doesn't align with every single
Right, major
out there. Maybe not intern. Maybe that word is a bad word to use. But you should be digging around in your field years before graduation. Years. I'll say that again. Years. If you're a sophomore and you've been, we all know how. We're being real, right? That freshman year, you played around. You probably changed your degree like 7 times.
Yeah, on average it's like 2.14.
Yeah. What's the new number?
I think it's like 2 point something for on average how many people change.
All right, we need to answer.
Are we changing our degree senior year? No, we're probably doing that within that first couple of years.
So you really can't.
Yeah,
because you have to start over.
Right. So stay with me. In other words, freshman, sophomore year.
Yeah.
So if you got 2 more years after that, that means you should have been in your field playing around a little bit. If it's intern work, if it's volunteer work, if it's actual work because you're trying to apply and get a job. If it's going to career builders where you make a lot of relationships and you market yourself, which is important. Whatever it looks like, you should already be in that field before graduation day comes. So it's not I'm in the search now because it's already too late. If I'm honest, I'm just I'd like to keep it being.
Yeah, and everybody at the same time is doing the same thing.
Exactly,
so you're fighting even more people.
I'll give you a little social media hit. Posting at 7, everybody posted 7. I posted 703, 704, 705. The pool might be still big, but it ain't that big as everybody at 7. People schedule to post right on the hour. Why? It's the same thing, same concept. So instead of posting around an hour, instead of waiting for graduation, let's go ahead and get some groundwork. Yeah. The other part is what happens when you're in the interview because you spoke about the interview. This is important. I've interviewed so many people. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all some game real quick. Every corporation has their way of defining what I'm about to say and has their own acronym. I'm not going to tell you what ours is. I'll just give you an idea of what it looks like. When you go into these interviews, every single question will come off and it has an answer pattern that you should use no matter what the question is.
Yeah.
Okay? You should be able to talk to us about a time when situational.
Yeah, STAR method.
So we got rid of the T in our situation. We don't use T no more, but we can just say we talk about what you did with that situation, and then we talked about what happened with what you did.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I'm in an interview with high-level professionals that can't get this concept.
Yeah.
And they just start rambling. So who cares about the job search if when you get across that line, you start telling me about the dog that got ran over when you were 16 and it has nothing to do with the alignment of what we're talking about on this role.
If you want to even lessen that, shout out to my boy Kavaris. Yeah. My boy Kavaris gave me a tip one time. It was basically what you saying, but I was like, bro, dumb it down for me. He said, answer the question first.
My goodness.
Answer the question first.
Just answer the question.
Because I could talk for forever.
Yeah.
Answer the question first, then go into what you're going to go into.
That's smart.
Yeah. Seriously, because a lot of people get intimidated. They hear these questions, which are very specifically created to not trip you up, but to get you into a place of thinking outside of the box of the question. You don't have to get intimidated. You do have a process you can take on every single question to get that answered, no matter what the question is.
Yeah.
Talk about the situational piece. Give us an action that you took to try to get through that situation. Did it work or did it not work? And then tell us why it did or did not work. This is really simple math. So I gave you a little precursor. Hey, get into it way earlier. If you're striking while the iron's not been hot for 20 years, it's too late.
Yeah.
You should be in it. And 2, when you get to our interview, make sure you have your situation set up. That's my take about this. I hope that helps.
No, that's gonna help. Which I got.
Hey, this hire Fred. Come on, give him the
Oh,
piece.
I thought you was about to go with it, but
Well, no. Well, if you want me to go, mine's just black and white. Corey, no, seriously, Corey said it the best. I think you just gotta, if you're just having downtime, you gotta tune up. I mean, you say you're in the blues. My favorite thing that you said was let's be real. If you want to be real and you're saying you're in the blues, you're applying for these jobs and you're not getting the job. My thing is this: unless you have a lot of money, don't you have to pay bills? So my thing is go get a job. And then keep applying. My dad taught me one thing because I sell cars. He taught me one thing. You might talk to 100 people and get 99 no's and get one yes.
That's right.
So that's the same thing with a job. At the end of the day, I don't care what answers what questions you answer. At the end of the day, if they like somebody, they're going to hire that person. If there's somebody, you don't know what the other person's resume looks like. You can't control that. So all you can do is control yourself getting in there, making sure you're, what we say, steady plotting, planning leads to prosperity. Make sure you're have your stuff planned out, like Jeremy would say, and just do what you can to the best of your ability. It's not your control if they hire you. You're thinking in your brain, you're putting that a whole nother human has to do what you want. That's impossible.
Come on.
So you just gotta,
real.
yeah. So if you're saying let's be real, just take these interviews. If you keep getting those, don't you got to pay the bills though? Hey, just make sure you get that job, like Corey said, but make sure it's a job that tunes you up.
Yeah.
Like, don't just take no, what'd you say?
I mean, if you have to.
It is what it is.
Yeah, let's say you had to take the McDonald's job or whatever. Yeah, that's fine. So that's what you're saying.
But get something out of it, though.
But once get something out of it. Use something that can hone your skills and take those transferable skills that are within what you're trying to get, and you just parlay that down the road.
Basically, don't waste that time.
Yeah,
maybe you struggle with insecurities around public speaking. Maybe when you're at McDonald's, you ask them to take over the speaker.
Right.
Yeah.
You're like, I want to take over the microphone.
Small stuff. And before you know it, when you get to, like, a tip for me when it gets to interviews, I'm at a point now in my career, I don't lie in my interviews, and I'm myself in interview.
That's right.
Before, of course, I didn't have the tenure and experience to do that. I gotta kind of like dance around and do the smiles.
Quick. I know you want to go quick, and you can actually answer this too. In your interviews, because you say you're more authentic now.
Yes.
In your interviews, does that even mean like you might, like authentic? Do you still up your voice when you talk to these people?
No.
Okay, that's authentic. You know what I mean? Like you're just like, hey, I guess thank you.
You change. It's called code switching.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called code switching. I used to code switch. Now I don't, and the reason why is because I put in so much work, and you will get to this point. I've put in so much work that I'm very confident in what I have done, what I will do going forward. So you need to see on that day or whatever that you're interviewing who you are actually getting.
That's right.
Yeah,
because I know my work. My work's gonna speak for itself. So who are you actually getting?
Yeah.
So I'm not finna lie to you. I'm finna be myself. I will tell you to your face, hey, I'm not finna be the one. This is one of the things I always tell people. I don't own this company. You are the captain of the ship.
Yeah, that's a power line right there.
You are the captain of the ship. I'm on your ship, and I want to go where you're going. Obviously, I get on the ship, and I work for you. Other people may, when they see you going into an iceberg, talk to everybody else and say, hey, you see he finna start steering to this iceberg? Hey, that's crazy. Don't he see the iceberg? That's not me. I'm finna tell you.
Get away from that iceberg.
You finna hit the iceberg. And if you say, I want to hit the iceberg, I'm going to say, okay, good. And I'm getting out. So that's me. If you don't want that, don't hire me.
Right. That's right.
Because that is who I am. I will speak up when times I need to speak up. All of that to say, in your interview, have an element of yourself. But if you need to code switch or whatever, do so.
I don't think you're completely...
Because bias is in an interview process.
I was going to say, I don't think you're completely drowning.
The
truth is there will be bias.
There will be bias,
also,
unfortunately.
in some scenarios, for instance, where I work, there is a lingo that just perspirates throughout the offices that you work in, that it does have a certain nuance you must take in the conversation to make sure that you understand that lingo and it comes across to the interviewee and the interviewer. So I think...
but there's levels of when you speak. I mean, you go ahead.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, get him.
Look, I got a couple things.
This is Hire at Fred, by the way.
I've been doing hiring stuff for a long time. Here's what I got to say. Number one, especially now in your downtime, learn ATS systems. ATS stands for Applicant Tracking Systems.
Yes.
Learn them. All right? Because every single one of them, you mentioned, like, you tricking the AI. The AI is going to be, the AI will kick your application, even if you are the most qualified person. due to how your resume looks, how your application
Keywords.
performed, all the
Right.
other things. So learn what those
That's
learns
game.
what those
I didn't
things
know that.
are.
By
That's
the
game.
way, that's what I mean by tricking the AI.
Yeah.
I don't mean lie on your resume.
Yeah.
I mean
Use the right terminology.
use the right terminology
Yeah.
to get past the barrier.
because
Right.
it's built in to be a roadblock.
Yes.
Exactly, 100%. Secondly, you need to, and this might not be that's what you're doing, but humble yourself to understand. Brian, you made a good point. Take that job, whatever job it is, to get this money because you got bills. I'm a prime example. I graduated, and I was not like I couldn't get a job quickly. I immediately went to Radio Shack. Not there anymore. I'm aging myself, but
Yeah,
I worked
you
at Radio
definitely
Shack for
don't
like
know.
2.5 months. I love technology. I wanted to learn. I did that. They got pissed because, oh man, we did all this training and then you got a real job. I was like, y'all wasn't gonna pay me. And I got a residence life job, right? And it's full time, live in, all the other stuff, right? But I had a degree, and I was willing to work, minimum wage. It was a little bit more, but still, like minimum wage, fresh out of college. Like a lot of people aren't willing to do that. You got to humble yourself to understand that you got to get that money
Because
first.
you shouldn't be there, but it's the way that it is.
That's just
yes,
what it
it's
is.
just how the
I-
world
there's
works.
100
I just took my job back.
Yeah.
I don't care
Like,
how
come
many.
on.
Yeah, I don't care how many degrees I have. If I lost my job,
Yeah.
and if all I could do was get McDonald's, then I'm about to
working
make this
McDonald's,
McDonald's
bro.
money.
Yeah.
Because and if I don't, like if I can't do that, then I'm not. I shouldn't even be here.
And it's
You know what
gonna
I'm saying? I
build
shouldn't be
you
helping
anyway.
Yeah,
Going to McDonald's with a degree?
yeah.
Come on,
Because
man.
they're gonna snag you real quick. Oh, he got this degree. Let's instantly put you in management. Let's instantly do that. And then finally, accept and understand that rejections happen. Flooding the system. There's research behind why you should and should not flood the system with applications. And by the system,
that
I
mean?
mean
What was the flood?
like flooding. Like okay,
applications.
prime
Keep saying
example. Like you're worried about all the rejections you're getting. You might have a small number, right? So I just recently switched jobs last year. Between September and December of last year, I had easily put out over 120 applications.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
when
I
I'm
see
saying
what you're
there is research that says you shouldn't flood the system, and then there's research that says you should. I'm the kind of person that understands that I am going to get rejections. I'm not going to get calls for interviews and all other stuff. But I'm also the person that says, I tried.
Yeah.
Right? So you either saw my application and you didn't want it, or it wasn't their time to hire me yet.
or something else.
What really was really good about flooding the system is this is unfortunate for higher ed, but it could be anywhere.
Yeah.
They tend to hire all at the same time. So
Yeah.
around October, I had 8 interviews every week, and I was interviewing like crazy. And then when it came time for that selection, I had my pick of the litter because I had so many applications out. So I was just like, ooh, these people are paying me this way. These people are paying me this. I had so many different options because they all kind of hire around the same time. And so I was interviewing. I had offers in New York, Boston, California, all these other places.
flex.
But like, but you get what I'm saying? Like, because I had all these applications out and because I did all these interviews, like, you got to wait. You got to be patient. Yes, you're going to get rejections. It happens. Let it go. Like, okay, boom. I did this application. I never got an interview. Boom. I got the interview, but I got rejected. Doesn't matter. What you're really looking at is when am I going to get this offer and what can I do until then?
Yeah.
Yeah, worst thing in higher ed would be funny. You probably seen this before. You put in a job application and they'll reject you like 2 years later.
Yeah.
Bro,
literally,
what do you mean?
job
Seen this before?
info,
It's so
yeah.
What do you
petty.
mean?
That's so
Okay,
petty. Yeah, it's petty.
can I? I'm not going to name drop, but I applied for a school in the DFW area. This is not the school that I currently work for, so it doesn't matter. Years later, I applied for a different position. Came down here, did the interview, right? I crushed the interview. Everyone who interviewed me were messaging me like, "Hey, bro, like we really think you did great."
Like
blah
flex.
blah blah. I didn't get the job. They picked somebody else, right?
Yeah.
In the midst of me like waiting to hear from them, I got a rejection letter for the
For the job
application
you
that I
sent
submitted
years
5
ago?
years ago.
Yeah.
Like,
Y'all gotta fix that.
yeah, of
Y'all
course you
waste
got to fix
emails.
it. But like, how you gonna tell me I didn't get the job that I didn't even come down here and interview for?
that's
I
wild.
forgot that I even applied because it was 5 years ago.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
me too. That happened to me at SMU.
Bro, I was like, come on, bro. This was, mine was at UTA.
Yeah,
I was just like,
Oh, you name drop.
yeah, I did.
Yeah, I said that.
And did.
But I don't. I'm
Indeed.
saying it not because like that's a reflection of like SMU. I'm
Yeah.
just saying
It
that's how I'd
happens.
be happy because this is Dayton. I can keep going.
Yeah.
California, Sonoma.
Mm-hmm.
I
Bruh.
keep going.
A lot of
It's
California
coming
schools
out.
be doing that.
It's coming out on you.
But that's
Hey.
not. That's just how the system works. That's what we're trying to say. Is that when the system is the one that is keeping it in there, letting you know. You just gotta keep putting in.
Yeah, there's never,
applications,
and
right?
the other part is too, we have to, the last thing I'll say on this is, I mean, you're talking to somebody, I went for a position I tried to get for years, 4 times, before I finally just jumped out and you know, tried to develop so I can get promoted, right? And each one of those times I thought I had the job. Here's the part you have to prepare for. There just might be somebody better.
Yep.
Just,
100%.
Yeah, and that's just okay. You know, like you might be like, yo, I did it. That's great, but what about if this person did it 2-3 times better? Or was more efficient at the relationship part, or was more efficient at being able to articulate it across the board, or a billion other things. It just could be that. So don't beat yourself up too hard. It could just be that maybe you got to develop a little bit more, and that's okay too. So,
Hey, look, that job at UTA,
Nah, leave it.
bro, because
Leave it.
Yeah, we'll bring that up as a topic later on.
Hey, because you already know. Somebody said it. Who said it?
I said it last
Stuck and
week.
stupid.
No, I said
Yeah,
we
who said the
before the
words?
score is turn now.
What
We're at
you
the court.
mean? We
Saying
already
who
know
said
that.
the word stuck and stupid?
I said stuck and stupid.
Yeah.
Stuck and stupid is a segment where a person places her thing, finds herself in a stuck and stupid.
Situation.
Hey, but this time it's on the freaking wheel, baby.
Stuck and stupid on the wheel.
Hey, stuck and stupid on the wheel.
Hey, you know why? Because Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, that. So is this a new thing we're doing?
This is a new thing.
This is it,
So
guys.
this
Yes.
is the new thing.
Upgrade ya.
Are they gonna be able to see this?
Yeah, they'll
of
be able
course.
to put it in. Yeah.
Stucky's VIP. Oh my God.
So we have topics, and we think this will be great for you guys. You know what I mean? And matter of fact, if you have a topic that you think deserves to be on that wheel, put it in the comments.
That's
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, come on, Stuckies. Anyway, so we have some topics. We put it on the wheel. The resident unicorn is gonna hit that button
Here we go. And we picked 3, right?
Yep.
So we'll do the first spin.
on 3,
All
2.
right, that mug already spin it. Let's
It's
go.
already spent it.
It's
Here we
on.
go.
It's on spin.
Here we go. Oh,
Perfect.
perfect.
Rappers lyrics.
Perfect.
Yeah. Rappers,
What's-
lyrics,
what's
and
that?
chords.
Man, I love that.
That was
I like
is
how
it
it boomed
stuck
up
in-
and stuff.
Yeah, boom.
Yeah.
Is it stuck in stupid or something for like rappers?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Make sure you're
So we know that Young Thug he's out there right now, and apparently the judge said that he wants to take the lyrics that Young Thug has said. I'm just when I say Young Thug's lyrics, I'm immediately thinking like pushing Pete means positivity.
Positivity.
What does Thug
No,
mean?
what did Thug mean? Truly humbled under God.
That's funny.
The courts they want to take Young Thug's lyrics and YSL lyrics and use it against him in court. And the question is for you guys or for the Stuckitos, is it stuck and stupid for the courts to get to this point? Is it stuck and stupid that you can even use rap lyrics on a rapper in court?
Yes,
Yeah.
very strongly.
What's your quick answer?
My quick answer is I don't think it's stuck and stupid. No.
Yeah, I disagree
it's- so is
vehemently.
I think
Stuck
it's
yet?
stuck and stupid. Let's stuck with.
Yeah, I want to start with the. I
So
want to start
is
why.
it stuck and stupid to use in the court? You're saying yes, it's stuck in, or it's not stuck and stupid?
I don't think it's stuck and stupid to use lyrics in the court.
Oh,
And hear me out.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's
I mean,
go.
it's
No,
over
that's
here.
all we're here.
The reason why I think that is because depending upon the song, depending upon the evidence, all these other things that are factors into it, what is said in the music could have been true,
wow, that's a good point.
right? So, but here's the thing. If you're using the lyrics have to lead to the evidence. If the evidence doesn't match, then it doesn't matter.
That's a
Hold
good
on, real
point.
quick. So explain that again for the layman's. Try that one more time.
Oh, no,
Explain it
art.
for-
No,
Stuckies are smart.
Yeah,
Trust
they
me.
got it.
Don't
Yeah,
ever do
for
this.
sure.
No,
Disrespect
no,
them.
I just because that was a lot. That was quick right
Yeah,
there.
Don't
he
ever
said
disrespect the
if
Stuckies.
you're using the lyrics.
So so a rapper can write and speak on whatever they want to speak on, right?
Yeah,
Right on.
Yeah.
If anybody is going to use that as evidence in the court, then the lyrics themselves have to lead them to the evidence to find someone beyond a reasonably doubt guilty.
So,
So,
you're
like-
starting with the lyrics as your stage, and then you move into
Right.
facts.
So because at the end of the day, and I don't know if I can say if I shank someone, right, and I put that in the lyrics, but there's no evidence to that happening, and you can't actually find the DB. You can't actually find
What's that called? That habeas corpus or whatever?
Yes, right. There, like I may have the motive, but beyond a reasonable doubt means that on top of me just saying yes, I did this in the song, if that also doesn't lead to the evidence of someone actually being hurt or ended, then it null and void. So is it stuck in stupid? No, because of course you can use that, but it doesn't mean that it's guaranteed to be guilty
Yeah, that's a
because
good
of that.
argument. That's a good argument.
No, I think it's a fair argument. I also think that, and I would have to look this up, so we would have to go to Stucky Court.
Right. Put us all
Listen,
in our
we have
judges.
to go to Stucky Court because I don't know if there's precedent for this meaning
I don't think there is.
that's my point. But I don't think it's precedent. And I think that if you're a lawyer, understanding that music can be categorized and most likely is categorized as an art form.
Thank you. Now we're going somewhere.
Right. We would have to get into books, movies, every other
Trust me.
form of art,
Whip it around.
right?
Yes, sir.
And to me, that's too much, especially if we're talking about proving something beyond a reasonable doubt, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's too much reasonable doubt. And just the fact alone that I'm an artist and I don't tell the truth.
Yeah.
Because if you come to me and say, well, you said this in your lyric, and I said, yeah, well, I also said I had 100 Bentleys. I don't have them.
Never bought 100
Right?
in my life. Yeah.
So I think if I was a lawyer, just me, this is why I think it's stupid. If I was a lawyer, I think it would be a waste of my time. I would rather just find some actual factual evidence.
Yeah, if Young Thug's lawyer was smart, he would just start he would just start using the lyrics
That he was lying
that
in.
he was lying on, which are probably abundant,
Yes.
and just use them. Just literally just start saying them. So you said here that the house was worth $5 million.
Was it?
Was it ever worth $5 million?
Yeah, it was worth 2.2.
Probably 2.3. Okay, so that would be a lie. Yeah, okay.
Right.
Here it says that you a different girl every night for 3 years. Well, that's a long time. That's it's 100. That's a lot of women. No, I didn't. I'm married. I'm married. So it's just okay. Let's just go back a little bit.
It just feels like one lyric derails the rest of the case.
You understand what I'm saying? It's
But
so ridiculous.
But I do understand that aspect of using the lyric to drive to somewhere else. But for me, as a defense, that's what I would do. I'd just be like, okay,
That's the problem.
So what? He said he used the mixer.
That's the problem.
You know what I'm
Or
saying?
what I wanted to make sure I made that statement because you said start with the lyric. I think that's where it's the biggest problem. No, it should always start up here. If you want to work your way back to the lyrics and show how maybe that ties in.
I mean,
Like-
ever since you said it, I was like, man, hell no.
Nah,
but
that's
now,
stupid. But now I see
now
what you're
it's
saying.
like-
You
No,
make a
I
very
know where
valid
you're coming
point.
from.
but but when you think about it, it's evidence. Period. Like to prove his point, it's evidence. Period. So
Right.
somebody says, okay, a phone call led to this murder.
That's right.
Just because I said, oh, well, I killed such and such at 7 o'clock, I said that. You still can't prove it. But that phone call is what's going to put me.
Yeah, but
Out of there.
But we're not presenting that phone call as art.
Right.
So what's the guy
Oh, yeah.
what's
That's
the
a
guy
good
that what's the guy that accidentally
Alec Baldwin.
thank you. How many movies has he been in where he's handled GUNS?
Probably a lot.
Cool. How many has people been unalived in those movies?
Well, now one.
No, not in real life. I
Oh,
mean,
in
like-
the movies.
Yes.
Probably a lot.
Cool. So that's an art form. He's unalived a lot of people with GUNS on movies throughout his entire career.
Right.
We should be holding those scenes in court on a TV whenever they're going through this process in court. They should be putting that on the screen. The same exact thing. I don't understand the difference. We should be showing
Well,
here in
They
Exhibit
probably,
A.
they probably did or could.
Well, the difference, the only difference in that is that the in real life there were no presumed real bodies. Does that make sense? Like in this, from the whole Young Thug thing, there are bodies who they are presuming the music is actually connected to.
That's
Versus them dying in a movie in a portrayal.
Naming the people in the lyrics, naming the people's moms and stuff like
Which
that.
is stupid.
Like, come on,
Yeah,
this is real.
This is
I will say this, and I'm a huge I have a massive bias.
I'm a massive.
I have a massive bias because I just love Young
Free
Thug.
slime!
Yeah, oh my God. But I have always said this, and everyone that's ever heard me talk about this from years ago will remember this moment I'm about to say. If they ever got him in court, God, because he just
yeah, it's wild.
It's a lot.
I don't know why you would ever just go on the. And here's the other thing too, because it is actual technically evidence. It would be rapping on a record is no real difference than going in an interrogation room and recording the audio there. So that's the angle. The other side of the angle is that okay, well, I'm also doing this as a moniker. Like Young Thug is not actually even my name. Like I'm a whole different thing. I put this to a beat. It's supposed to be entertaining. The people love these kind of bars, yada, yada, yada. So yes, there's more context there, but the way that they're trying to see it from a law side is, what's the difference between, let's just say I am that criminal. They call me MC Robbie Rob, and all I do is rob stores, right? And I actually do in real life rob stores, but people don't necessarily know that because I'm masked up. And then I go on the mic and talk about how I robbed the store. Really, I'm just confessing. There's no difference between me doing it on the beat versus me going into the interrogation room.
I think in public opinion and I think in logistical opinion, I think those things are right. But the court of law, I feel like, is a little different.
Yes, it's far fetched. I feel like
because there's so
go
many like black and white lines that have to be defined in the court of law about. So, okay, in your exact explanation, I would say, well, what if he sold that album for money? And it was said that this was all entertainment on the thing. Like I didn't do anything. I said,
Right.
you know, like what if the disclaimer was put on there by his management team that
But
this is
even
all
if so,
music.
but what I'm saying is, what's actually happening is there's somebody that died,
Yeah.
and he's actually a part of the stuff.
Yeah.
So now,
Yeah.
since you're part of the stuff, it's like it activates the lyrics now.
Yeah, I think what it
Like,
does.
it would be
It's
different
a
if it
true
wasn't.
Rico.
What
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it can be used for is to help paint a picture. Okay, and I think that's what we're all drawn to right here,
Right.
which is like you'd be stupid to do it because they can help paint a picture to
There
the
you go.
jurors
There
in
you go.
court.
There you go. That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now-
we're stuck on stupid for that, but should
If
it be
this
used
gets
as
us back
evidence?
to real lyricism, lock his ass.
Lock him up.
But man, that's another conversation. For
Hey,
another day.
so what we're gonna do? We're gonna hit this wheel or what?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
hit
let's
that
do
one, 'cause
it,
that was a good
man.
one.
Let's
That was a
do
good
it.
one.
That
Stuck
was
on
a
stupid
good
for
one,
the
bro.
music.
So
Here we go.
we got 3-1.
There we go. Let's see what's next.
Hey, I thought I
Pop
had
the
you
wheel.
switched over. You know,
Hell
to
no.
No, that was
Free
Oh,
slime.
I knew it. This is gonna be the one.
Oh my
It's gonna be
It
the
God.
one.
says
I
men
knew
can, but it's supposed to say men can't survive without women, like financially or something like that.
Whoa, what's the
Is that
article?
what you put? What's the argument?
88% of men can't
This is the one.
survive without a woman financially.
This is tough.
So in other words, you basically need a woman to live because money reasons. Like, you know, if you by yourself, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, you're by yourself, you can't make it by yourself. You need a woman. Is that a stuck and stupid thing to say?
No.
No.
What's your quick answer?
No.
What's your quick answer?
Is it stuck and stupid to say men don't need women?
Oh, is that what you're
Or
asking?
like,
Well, okay.
yeah, is it stuck and stupid to
Honestly-
think like a man can't live without a woman?
I think
Like financially.
it's.
I actually think it's yes now. I changed my mind.
I say yes.
I was
that
I
saying
it
think
is
it's stuck and stupid. It's
yes.
simple because I've done it. But
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah.
I
Same
like-
way.
I'm doing it.
I'm saying,
it.
this is my family. He's my blood. He's doing it. Like-
that doesn't mean that y'all not a part of the 12%. Does that make sense? We talking about
Oh, yeah,
88%.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah. Good
no,
point.
That's, why,
That's a good
that's
argument.
why I
That's a
slow
good
down
point. That's a good
because
point.
are we talking about numbers of the majority of men in America who
Right.
average $47,000 a year in their salaries?
Of course.
Yeah.
But
so
even then,
maybe.
I think just using the term like women is wild because like you may not be dating or with a woman. You know what I'm saying? It could
Yep.
just be partners in general.
you could be living with your mom.
Right. We need to be living with somebody. Now,
Yeah.
granted, I don't necessarily think it's stuck and stupid. I don't know how I necessarily feel about this one, but here's
That's a
what I will
tough one.
say.
It's a big number.
Yeah, it is. 88 is crazy.
Right.
But here's what I will say. We just don't live in the times where we used to, bro.
No.
It used to be one person in the household can go to work and can provide for the entire family.
Mhm.
That is not the case anymore
It
unless
also
you are
used to be
making.
that men made more than women.
That is not the case now.
Yeah, who makes
either.
the most now? Women. So it are like there's two sides of this argument. One is like a tone side, like, well, what is the tone of this really trying to say? Well, is there a tone if the facts are all facing that women make more money than we all do right now?
Well, I don't think that's real anyway because remember, this is what I think. Most men are already by themselves when they're meeting a woman. And then in order to get to that woman, I mean, you know, this is not real, but most women or most people think that as a man, you have to have a little bit more money than that woman.
Yeah.
Or you're considered this thing. So I don't know. 88% is a big number. Now, if you would have said 40, I get it. 88%, how when I'm already groomed to be by myself? Like I leave my house at 18. If you're not, most guys probably don't want meet a woman until about 23, 24, 25.
Maybe later, 26.
We'll just say
Sure.
25. That's 7 years.
We're talking about like who you gonna like settle with.
But
Not
I'm
like
just saying. But
Yeah.
they said
'Cause
just by
26
yourself
to meet
financially. I'm like, bro,
somebody
like
is
we're
crazy.
already groomed to be by ourselves financially, and we're talking about an extra money that they say that one of the biggest arguments is this: who's supposed to be paying the bills?
Yeah.
Right. I think it's more of just I think the statement itself is more of a statement about where we are as a society
Yeah.
Facts.
economically.
That's right.
Right? Because yes, our society is very misogynistic. It pushes that, you know, men are supposed to be the breadwinners. It pushes that we should be you know, very independent and on our own and the women are supposed to just kind of add into our life or stuff like that. So yeah, it doesn't really make sense when you're looking at these numbers. But I think that when you look at the actual majority of people and how we are living, I mean, there's a lot of people on my street right now, young people, old people, they all married or with a partner. And it's like, do they want to because they're in love with them? Sure.
Sure. a lot
But
of
they
that-
also could be like, I need a partner to actually survive as well.
Yeah, because you got to think about your earning years.
Right.
Everyone thinks they're going to be earning in their 80s.
And you're not.
The same way they're earning in their 40s, and you're not.
Unless you're a
But-
millionaire.
Yeah, again, first of all, that number's so high, it has to
Yeah,
be
it
general
gotta
pop.
be crazy,
It
yeah.
gotta be gen pop. We're not talking about no like
Yeah,
isolated situation.
Exactly. They're part of that 12%.
Yeah, that number's so high. This got to be a gen pop survey. So like, yeah, if you're part of that 12%, that's just great. And again, we might actually be. I had another conversation around these types of numbers in college. Well, that's another conversation. But like, being in the 12% is good. That means you're in the minority.
Yeah.
However, the 88% is real because that means that the majority of men out here are struggling like that, and it's true. Majority
Yeah,
are.
that's a
So
fact.
it's like there's so many layers to that question. I don't think it's stuck on stupid to say that men can't live without women, though, in a sense that it's just statistically obvious that it's not a thing. Statistically,
Like
it's just not happening. So I
research
guess you're
behind
right,
it, bro.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I just need like every time I hear a lot of these, like especially coming from an article, the first thing I'm just like, okay, this ain't real research, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's BS.
Who got the data?
It's like some shade room stuff or something.
Yeah,
like that.
it could be. We gotta
right. I
look at
haven't seen it, but like for me, one of the things that you just mentioned kind of reminded me of a conversation we had, me, you, and I think Jordan had this conversation too about like how like why bills for me I say are more expensive, and it's better to have two incomes in comparison to just the one. You know, now yes. Every single move I make, I'm basing it off of the fact that it's just me and my one income, right? But whenever I get into the discussion about like people are like, oh yeah, you may make a lot of money, blah 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 blah, but all of my bills I really don't. But when you have two incomes and the bills are only still one bill, or like you might still have higher bills, but it's still two incomes, and so that weighs more into the positive range, whereas mine is more negative, right? I say all that to say, men can't. I don't know. I
The
just
thing
need more
said
information.
survive. The thing said survive.
Right.
And if
And
divorce
I-
rates
that's
is at a
why I
high,
was crazy.
and people being single at a high, I just don't see
Somebody
how it's
survived,
88%.
and all those people
Yeah,
died.
it said
Yeah.
survive. That's all it said. It didn't say live without. It just said survive. I'm
That's
like,
real.
survive. I'm like,
Nah,
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
88
that's
is high for that. For
very-
survival.
that's what I'm just saying.
high.
Like,
Yeah,
whoa,
if it was
survive.
like-
Bro,
Very
I'm
high.
just talking
My
about
God.
living minimum. Like, you
Yeah.
get an apartment, 1100. Like, let's do the numbers.
If it was like
Yeah.
thriving,
Well, give me a studio.
You
and I'll
might be,
be all
you
right.
might be staying
like
at the
that.
crib and doing nothing with your life but working, and that be your whole life.
yeah, that-
I'm about to say, but it's what I do
that
now.
don't mean you ain't.
It'd be like
you ain't
them
thriving
pictures.
out
You ever
here.
seen them pictures and people like men actually live like this and they be happy? It'd
Oh,
be
yeah,
like, you
with
know what I'm
nothing.
saying? It's like one TV and a mattress on the floor and a couch.
Hey, shout
And
out
I'm
my
like,
boy
bro, that's all we
Jules.
need.
Hey, shout out my boy Jules. He'll tell you right now. I used to. This was my entire existence. I had a mattress on the floor. Okay, no TV stand because I had no TV in my room. We had a TV in the living room that was on like crates as a TV stand, and we had one like love seat, but it was like the big love seat that could fit two people, but it was one chair and it rocked. And that was our
Hey, look
existence.
what happens when you believe in God, baby.
Hey,
you
you
turn
feel
out
me?
like this.
Hey, but at the end of the day, I was happy. Like I had a PlayStation.
That's how that matter, bro. That's
I
what
had
I'm
a
saying.
TV.
Yeah,
I was
bro.
good.
Right. You're killing me. I meant to say this earlier. You're killing me with the two mics, boy.
My bad, bro.
Hey,
You know,
hey,
you know what
boy,
I'm saying?
got
Locked
the two
in,
mics.
locked in. You feel me? We in locked in mode, baby. We gotta win.
Right.
Let's
What's
spin
our
the
next
wheel.
one, bro?
Hit the wheel.
Let's
the
go.
wheel.
Spin that thing.
Let's go.
Oh, dun-dun-dun-dun.
No.
Spotify and low pay. What's that about, B Wood?
Yeah, you were looking
I
at the
thought it
mouse.
stopped at
You
Natalie
were
like a
looking
bug.
at the mouse. I
Nah,
started looking
bro.
at the mouse too. It's a little green on the side, which
Stuckies, I'm so sorry, man.
Come on,
which is good.
Spotify
though.
and low pay. What's it about?
It's really a lot of platforms, but the thing I saw was Spotify. Spotify made about 12.3 billion last year.
It's a lot of money.
And a lot of artists, not just this one, but a lot of artists. The one that I saw was Dizzy, right? He's an artist out of Las Vegas, but a lot of artists basically saying, hey, you get 2 million streams, you're only making $20, $30.
It's crazy.
And so the
man,
argument is
money.
this, Spotify making 12.3 billion. I'm bringing you all this stuff. Why are we not getting paid more money? So is it stuck and stupid for these artists to keep complaining about these platforms paying them little money?
Quick answer: yes or no. Stuck and stupid. I say no.
no, yes, no. I say
I
no.
say 50-50.
I'm stuck.
This reminds me of the writers.
I'm
Guild.
stuck in the middle.
No, I think
This
it's
is literally the music version of the writers.
I think it's
Yeah.
stuck and stupid for the artists complaining.
Yeah, me too.
No, I don't think it
That's
is.
what
I
This is
disagree.
the exact reason why. This is
me
exactly the exact reason why I think that it's not. It's the same thing. If we don't complain, we can't make it to where we want to make it to.
No,
Right?
you gotta keep.
So we gotta
complaining,
complain going forward, and let's keep it real. this is the same thing from a business standpoint, which is probably where y'all going.
No.
Of course, I don't know, but
this-
it definitely makes sense. Why? Because there's no precedent around streaming. Streaming wasn't around when music started to be started being released in physical copies and everything like that. So of course, when streaming pops off and there's no precedent around it, they can set whatever price there is. But the thing is, they're making their money off the backs of the artists who are doing it. Granted, there are, I want to say it's like 85% of artists on Spotify have like no plays,
Yeah.
right? Which is a crazy amount of number.
And
Now,
by the way, they're holding that L.
they
Go
are
ahead. Yeah, that's
because
their real
Spotify
estate.
changed but Spotify just changed their thing
That's right.
where if you don't make it a certain amount of streams, you don't get paid at
They'll
all.
cut you.
You pretty much either get cut or the money that you would have gained goes to the bigger artists who are actually on the platform
We're
and
actually
stuff
doing
like
the work,
that.
which
So
I appreciate.
I don't think that is stuck and stupid because the best way, meaning the biggest way to get your music out is through these DSPs, digital streaming platforms.
100%.
Because what do people want to say? Just build your own website. Yeah, that's the point you want to go to, is that you come to my website and you buy my stuff. But right now, that's just not where we
And
are.
you've moved to my point, but I'll let B-Will go.
I'm about to say that's exactly where I'm going.
Thank you.
If the argument for that side is this is how you create change is complaining, then my argument is independent. So having that website, because regardless of even if you're on a streaming platform, you still got to promote.
That's right.
So at the end of the day, this is pushing you to have your own platform. Go do the work.
Yeah.
And one thing about me is,
I feel like they still do. I'm just going to use Russ, right? Russ is very independent. He talks about this all the time.
Did the work though.
For sure, maybe he does, but he still uses these DSPs.
no, that's where I'm trying to get at. I'm not. That's exactly where I'm trying to get at. I'm a content creator, so I'm kind of in the same field as them because I get paid from YouTube and stuff like that. What I understand is that's just one of a piece of my portfolio.
That's right. You got to build.
So me moving correctly, I understand going in. This is another thing. If I really want change, if I stop using their platform, wouldn't they pay me more money? And I can prove that because if a Tidal pays the most out of all these little streaming platforms.
Really,
right?
Napster, but
We'll
Tidal.
say Tidal and Napster. We'll say Napster, right? Why does Napster pay? Because nobody uses it. So to get where you want, for me, I'm saying stuck and stupid. Of course, I don't think it's stuck and stupid. I'm a content creator, pay us more money, but I'm gonna take that ledge because I believe there's other ways of getting it done. And pause. Dizzy Wright's doing exactly what we're talking about because he even proved it. He said, "Isn't it crazy how I sell 200 or 1,000 albums at $20? I make $20,000. But if I do 2 million streams, I make $20." He made change.
That's right.
And he posted it on Instagram. So again, for me, it's like there's just different ways to skin a cat. And if you're going to skin a cat, I'm like, hey, if you want to complain, do your complaining. My thing is like build my own platform and go get that paper. There's another Lloyd Banks. I can keep going down the list. Lloyd Banks got an album right now for $100. Why?
Yep.
Because he knows if you go to the streaming platform, they're not going to pay me. And I know I'm not going to sell that many albums, but I might sell 100. Let me make this 10 bands real quick. Let me go ahead and tour. Let me go on these shows, make this because I understand the platform.
D1.
This is how it's built. And my thing is, I want them to. I'm a YouTube creator. I know the numbers that they give us, bro, is trash. But at the same time, that trash is putting light fuel to my fire. I got to start that website. I got to come out with product. I'm getting so creative. It's crazy.
That's
because
right.
I know they're not giving me money.
There you go.
They're not, and I know that.
Yeah.
So I can complain. Now I do have a platform. What do I do? Complain or start building?
I think you
Or
do
both.
Both. I was
You
gonna
can
say
do both.
you do
You
I
can
was
do
both.
gonna
both.
say
But my complaining is building.
I
me.
got 2 words that I want to share because I think everybody's hitting on two notes.
That's more than 2.
Well, 2 big words I want to share. Everybody's hitting on good notes, but I'm gonna give you 2 big words. One, market share. That's a
100%.
phrase, by the way. That's more than 2 words. Market share.
I mean, that technically is 2.
Yeah, but because I have another 2 to say. So 4 technical words. Okay. The other one is ad spend. So market share, ad spend. Matt, where's market share? Market share. If there's a big piece of the pie, how much of the pie is how much of those eyes are looking at your product in that pie? You can break that down by percentages. One whole pie is 100%.
And you're saying that's how they pay.
That's
how
right.
they
If
pay
I got 20% of the market share, 20% of the eyes are on me. The other 80% is getting the rest of the market share.
I think that's how they say they pay. I don't think that's actually how.
No,
they do
I'm not done. I'm just trying to get people to understand why the money that
Right, 'cause
they
they-
make versus the
The
money
only
that's
reason why I
streaming.
believe they pay like that is because Casanat told us. He
Yeah.
said that
Well,
he said
you talking
depending-
streaming wise, yes, but I'm talking about like Drake was one of the bigger artists that went on Spotify and was like, basically, if that's the way that you pay, I should pretty much be owning
Well,
Spotify.
keep in mind, I'm not talking about artist market share. I'm talking about the business that they're the platform that they're on,
I get
and their market share,
Yeah, okay, I
what
see
they're
you're
responsible
saying. I see what
for
you're
in their eyes, right?
That makes sense.
So then the other part is ad spend, how much money they spent for that market share to be seen. That's all these companies care about. Streaming music is costing them money. I'm going to say this again. That platform of money they're building up over here has nothing to do with the art. It's just the business. Market share, ad spend.
100%.
These are just business phrases. The people will say stuff like, well, they built it off the backs of artists. Well, people keep coming to that platform because there's artists there and they share the money how they share it. I want you to continue to complain, quote unquote, because there is a healthy benefit there. Like if I'm a company, I don't want to get too big and lose out because I got so big I didn't see the change coming and I lost out. Now I can't stay around forever. We talked about this all the time, but BlackBerry, Blockbuster, name the companies. But so I think it's healthy to have that. However, at the end of the day, you already know this is not your platform. And you also already know that that's not where they're not making money on music. They're selling ads. They're trying to get to a bigger market share.
You're just using music to get there.
Music's just a thing to keep people's eyes on their product.
For sure. Yeah. I'm just saying they need to pay
they got
more,
pay
but not on the basis of we want to get Spotify, right? Yeah. Here's where I'm going. I recognize this is a moment where the artists have been exploited because there was no regulations around streaming.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We need to come together to get the regulations around streaming. That's it. It may not mean that the prices surge.
It just get a little bit better.
They get a little bit better.
Those songs aren't owned by the DSPs.
But there's also words called DTC, direct to consumer. These words are
real. For sure.
So you got that.
For sure.
And that's part of your portfolio.
But
make direct to consumer your head of your portfolio.
100%. And it probably, I agree too. And I think that but even then it's opportunistic, right? Like some people are going to be better at doing that than others, which is fine. That's why some businesses are great and some businesses fail or whatever. That's just the way of life. But the one thing that we cannot forget about, bro, is even when it comes to the business aspect, here's my expertise in psychology and counseling and everything else. It's groupthink and human behavior. You can say all you want to. You can stand on a mountain all you want to and say to yourself, I am going to do this by my damn self. I'm going to do whatever. But if you need the support of other people, you also still have to go with where other people are, which is the Spotify and everything else. So if you're getting rammed by them.
Yes.
I mean, not if I'm disclosing. I don't know, bro.
Tough,
If I'm
many platforms you don't have to.
That's what I'm saying.
No. I'm not saying you don't have to, but let's keep it a buck with Lloyd Banks, right? You heard about Lloyd Banks here, right? I bet if we were to put a poll on Instagram, it would be a very low percentage that even knew about Lloyd Banks.
But
he's capitalizing off that. That's what I'm saying. He's using that.
That's the point I'm making.
No, for sure, capitalizing for him. But I'm saying if his aim may be okay, I still want to continue to grow. If my aim is continual growth, or is my aim like massive continual growth, or if my aim is to make money, I feel like you have to almost be in two different realms sometimes. It feels like to me he's going back to the, you know what? Let me hit the coffee shops and get to intimate relationships.
Yeah, but my thing is like, what if that's not your aim? Like, what if you just want to keep the lights on until you die? Like, what if you're one of those people that I don't want to do another job, I just want to rap and keep the lights on till I die? So
you got to figure out the best way for you to make money.
My point to you is in that sense, like, okay, because we can talk all we want to, but don't we use the algorithms that these tools that these DSPs have to get our product out?
Yeah.
Aren't we trusting them to do the research to get their software up to a certain point to get our product across to the people that we want to get across to?
That's the other thing too, is that that's like the HR department, right? It's like we say we trust them. I really don't, because at the end of the day, the algorithm you make is never going to serve me. It's to serve you.
That's right. So go make an algorithm that serves you. If you're coming over here to play with my algorithm.
That's what I'm saying, bro. This is I'm talking about the human element. This is what we have to take into part and parcel. That statement is a very arrogant statement.
You think so?
If I can't do it, or if you don't like what they're doing, you go do it, bro. Sure, that sounds very easy. 95% of people are not going to be able to, or don't have the means to do so. Right. That's just how the human experience is. So they have to utilize the tools that are already in place. That is the best option for them to get to the next spot.
Sure.
Because they don't have the means to do so.
Well, my thing is, we'll just say, I know it's kind of different. We'll say a restaurant. You got a restaurant out there. They're not on Google. They're not on Instagram. They're not on Facebook. They're not on.
All they got is a website.
And all they have is website and food. And for some odd reason, they sell out of food. And that's what I'm trying to get at. Is like at the end of the day, if your product's good, it's good. Now, I'm not saying that, again, Dizzy Wright said, hey, I made this off of this. This is how you're really supposed to make this money. And that's all I'm saying is like,
give me the option.
This is just one way of getting it.
Yeah, there may be better ways.
And people are, I'm like, bro, half these people complaining have a huge audience.
Yeah, and I'm
what are
in
you
sales.
doing?
Like,
Well,
I'm in
that's
sales,
the thing though. That's
That's
probably
another-
why.
Kanye did it with STEM player.
No, that's the thing. First off, I think we're all in agreement.
100%,
But yeah, we're all in
100%.
agreement. But we're just
say
I like
it
to
like
keep
this,
the human element side of that too. The thing is, if I were a bigger artist, I would actually even be complaining more because it's like, bro, I have 2 million people and they're streaming nonstop.
Mhm.
And I look at it's like the royalty checks.
Yeah.
I get a check in and I'm like, wait, they listened to my song. I'm in their top 5 at the end of the year for Wrapped. And that means they spent 13, 14 hours with my product. And I'm looking at the check and I'm like, man, I got over 5 million streams and I only got a $10,000 check.
Yeah, but I just feel like we.
like
I
do
mean,
it
that's why
over.
Taylor Swift like started with not putting on. Is she even on Spotify?
She is. She
Yeah,
had
she
the-
is now.
This
It
is
took her a while.
literally
Yeah, Apple Music first though.
See, this whole thing that we're talking about was the reason why she didn't put it on Spotify at first, because she was just like,
But she
they
on there
don't
now.
pay. But Taylor Swift, you say what?
She on there now.
Well, she
because she got the bag,
She has the
number
bag,
one,
yeah.
and
But she did
because-
that for everybody else
and
too.
because that's my other point. It's
human
because she
part.
still the human part. She still recognizes that the people who can't afford the $15, $20 could afford a Spotify $250 a month or whatever. So of course, I gotta still go to them too. So that's what I'm trying to say is that like
I
there's
just be feeling like no DSP has ever made any artist ever. Period.
It hasn't. There was an artist always putting their platform on there.
SoundCloud.
They already had
No, not one.
it was-
No.
yeah,
So
SoundCloud, yeah.
let me.
That's a good one.
I mean, no, everything I say is organic. I'm not coming from a place of just surface level. When I say there's not been one DSP that ever made an artist, I mean that word made. These people, Lil
Nah,
Nas.
I think there might be a couple. They call them plants.
No.
They call them plants.
Blueface,
How do you get planted with no
Baby Mama.
relationships?
Huh? No, I'm sure they probably do, but on the back end, you don't think that Spotify would
No, hear me out. How do you get planted with no relationships? How do you have relationships, no work?
Yeah.
It wasn't the DSP. They were in a relationship with somebody who could connect them into a spot to put them on the DSP, and maybe the DSP pushed them where
But
they need to be.
and when we got to remember this, I think they said on Breakfast Club or whatever. The artist is just getting a chunk, like you said, market share. There's a big pie.
Right.
The artist is getting a
The
chunk.
little
There's music companies that's getting a chunk.
That's right.
This person
That's the
getting
other-
a chunk.
right.
This,
because
this,
I
this.
said it the first time.
You know what I mean?
Again, I work for a retailer. We don't make the phones. We
Yeah,
make the-
100%.
People ask me all the time.
Yeah, they don't.
Well, you work over there. Why can't you give me a free phone? No one can because we don't make them. We've never seen our logo on a phone because we don't have them.
Here's the human element to that, releasing
Yeah.
music. You and I both have released music. I still release music.
Yeah.
The side of that is so crushing for people who are independent is that like, okay, if we're really broke and we're trying to utilize everything that we can, every platform we can to make whatever money that we can, whatever following we can, and then we recognize, okay, how do we get on playlisting? Because playlisting is maybe a huge thing for these DSPs,
That's
right? That's where we get the most seen.
That's where we get the spins.
Right. And then we recognize, oh, the record labels got all the control of the playlisting.
But I'm saying
I'll compare that to Verizon real quick.
yeah.
Verizon jumped, and they're a bigger company, but they jumped in a pool knowingly that they're going to take an L. The
Big
pool
time.
is they sell phones and they don't make no money off the phones.
Yeah.
But you have to, in order for them to get off their other portfolio, their other products,
All those other
I
business
have to jump
products?
into
Yes.
the biggest pool,
That's
which
right.
is phones.
That's right.
So if the biggest pool is phones and I'm gonna take my L on phones, I have to make
I
sure
can't take an L nowhere
there's a
else.
portfolio over here
Come on.
that's always like that's getting that
Come on.
back. And Taylor Swift is big in that. Like Taylor Swift, okay, the streaming that's not whatever, but remember that portfolio is what? Doesn't she go on tour and make $1 million a show?
Yeah. So it might
Like,
be a
she's
small.
selling merch.
Hey, It might be a
She's
small.
going
But
hard.
she already had the difference. I think even here is
got
that
a
she
cult.
had a following already. Even like Verizon came out and had what before?
Yeah.
Where they always, you know what I'm saying? Like they had before they jumped into whatever, they already
Mm-hmm.
had something that was successful, which allowed them to jump into something else. That's my.
I guess
I'm
that's
talking
the
about
point
for
I'm making.
the low man. The low
Yeah.
man. If you just had right now, let's just say it was you, brand new. You spent $500 on your studio equipment. And you're spending so much money for, I don't know, one of these platforms to actually distribute your music to these DSPs or something
Yeah.
like that. And lo and behold, your music crack, right? Your music cracks. But you have to wait until, because you're with ASCAP or BMI, you have to wait until those quarterly payouts for you to get the money. And then when you see the money, and it's like, dang.
You didn't made all these commitments and you got
Right.
Or
If I would have had the money up front, and maybe this is where it comes business savvy. Get the business loan and do the stuff up front. Just as kind of like a record
it's
deal,
the same
right?
risk you were going to take anyway.
I feel you. So I see what we are agreeing on the
we're all
front end.
agreeing
We're all
on that.
in
It's not really-
agreement on the
it's
front
just
end.
different ways to
I
get
just
there.
want them to, when it comes to regulations for businesses, I'm always on the end of the people trying to regulate the business so that, and then we all know what happens. The business will get regulated. There will be another industry where it will be unregulated, and the cycle just
keep returning it. So here's my point to all of that real quick. Again, like,
remember they're forcing it with the phones. The phone
Go
farms,
crazy.
the phone farms that
Go
are
crazy.
just getting the
Oh, yeah, the
yeah, go
streams?
crazy.
So I'm saying you pay out.
Go
I mean,
crazy.
these boys are gonna go crazy.
Yeah, talk to me. Go crazy. So,
Yeah, these-
so I'm a, I mean,
But that's with any business though. You can find a loophole.
Look, B Wood keeps it black and white. I'm gonna keep it real, guy. I'm gonna keep it real. We're gonna keep it a bean. None of this stuff is low man game.
That's just true.
I'm back out. I'm gonna let that simmer. If you are a low man, you're not playing the game. You're part of that cycle. And
You better play hard.
yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not talking to you guys from a place of cockiness, arrogance, any of that. This is pure
We're
experience.
low men.
No, that's what
Oh,
I'm
no,
saying.
hell
That's
no, bro.
listen. That's what I'm getting to. Like, look, how much work do you put into this every week? How many hours? Do you know? Can you count them?
I did 6 recipes today and edited 2 videos that I'm about to release. Bro,
Can you count them? Can you count the hours, Corey? How many hours you put into it this week? And to our dream, how many hours? Can't count them.
A lot.
Can't count them.
I mean, I probably could if I had to sit down.
Listen, I'm developing.
obviously,
I'm
yeah.
developing for my professional life to have the same look that my personal life has. So I'm putting in all my hours. How many hours?
Too many.
Okay, add that all up into a pot, and this is this podcast. Look at whatever engagement we got around all the platforms.
No, for sure.
In our way. So my point to you is there a low man? Yeah, if you're a low man, you ain't in the game anyway.
But to his point, it's like we have to get out there. To his point, like
That's what I'm saying.
It's like
That's
we
what-
have
yeah,
to
we
have
have to
these
have
platforms.
to
It's
do
like
it.
it's because like we have to have this. We have
no,
no
you
choice.
want, but I'm saying like,
And then you
so
pivot, right?
You want to,
You use us there.
So I
and you
get his
pivot
point.
in.
I'm just saying, I get
you
y'all.
want to
I get it. I
regulate
get it.
for
I
sure.
get it.
All I'm saying is we can't. I don't like the word complain. You can make some suggestions because
Right.
here's another thing behind closed doors. Again, as an artist, sometimes we think it's always about the art and the payout, bro. What if they got you behind them closed doors and showed you exactly why you can't get that streaming number and it made sense? What would you say then? You know, if they were like, well, we bought this. Here's exactly why you can't do it.
No,
You see here,
it would make sense, and
Yeah.
I think that's the problem. That's what
That's-
people
yes,
need
I
to
was
do.
literally about to say that.
That's
talking
what
about
people need to do.
transparency. Yeah.
Yes, that's what people need to do. It needs to be. This is why I used to love working at Tarleton, bro. They literally would tell us, they would show us the budget of what we supposed to be
you
doing.
said that. You said that.
Yeah, bro, and it would be
I
like
love that.
when they said
genius.
we couldn't do it. It
no
wasn't.
questions.
It wasn't even
It
nothing to talk
wasn't no
about.
questions.
Nothing
It
to
wasn't
talk
no
about.
That's a
like,
good point. That's a
man,
good
I
point.
really would. No, it was like,
That's a good
listen,
argument.
they showed us.
even if it's okay, maybe this is
That's a
not
good
your
argument.
dream.
Yeah.
Okay, my dream was to open a business and to start a place where people could stream their music, and I'm doing that. And I would love to get better at it, but here's the realism, bro. I've been in the red for the last 3 years, and I'm trying to get to the black. So here's where we're at. You account for 0.0003% of this pie.
That's a good.
That's
argument.
what you get.
That's a good argument. Just show us.
Right,
the
and then
numbers.
I feel like
That's a
then
good
people are gonna say they're either gonna get off and be like, "Dang, our dreams don't align,"
That's right.
or they're gonna go into the "I gotta work
independent,
harder for
yeah.
your platform," or they're gonna go into the "Shit, I'm gonna do this for myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do my own whatever." It's just the thing is the exploitation comes from the companies being so
Secretive.
and
Yep.
behind the scenes and making you feel like, "Oh, come to our platform. We got the most money. We'll do this," and then Q4 comes and you like, I'm looking at a check where I really did crazy this year and the check don't really match.
Yeah, we want
Math,
to
bro.
see more reciprocity. I think for the work versus the payout, because at the end of the day, again, you're utilizing this platform to get product out, but in reality, you're utilizing this platform to get your product out so that we can get eyes back onto that pie.
100%.
Yeah, well, that's how you get unstuck.
That's
a lot
right.
of people ain't
Yeah.
even attacking it like that. So what he gave you is the way to get unstuck.
That's right.
But here's the unstuck king right there.
Yeah.
I saw his hand move like this. I already knew what it was. Baby.
As soon as you
Hey,
had
when I
that,
saw him
like,
lift like that, I said,
that's a
"Uh-oh."
good segue.
Hey, Jeremy's the closer. He closes us out. So he tells us when to shut up.
Oh my gosh. What's up, Lil Paris? Listen, here's how you get unstuck this week, okay? The only person that you are destined to be is the person that you decide to be. Okay? So make sure your thoughts and your behaviors align, they are cohesive, and be who you want to be. That's it. Deuces.
If it's up,
It's
it's
stuck.
stuck.
hey.